Alright, so the daily did not go very well for me, or apparently my opponent. He was also in the tournament, and now we're going to try playing with a quote-unquote real deck, but my opponent is Kenji Sumura, so this should be a pretty sweet match here. And if Kenji is on a blue deck, like Restoration Angel and whatnot, then this hand is not great, but against the spectrum of all the other stuff in Modern, I think this hand's pretty sweet, so... And it looks like we're just playing a mirror match, except he has some weirdo stuff. Dark Confidant, main deck Batterskull. So I think Liliana is probably the biggest threat here. We have plenty of removal for Dark Confidant, and I really don't want him to just like play Liliana and get value out of it before we kill it. So I think I'm just going to take this Liliana, and then we can just kill all of his other stuff. If he paths my Ooze... which is fine, because we're going to need that land. But if the game does go long, then Batterskull is obviously going to be an issue. But I think by the time Batterskull comes down, either we're going to have a board presence or an answer. And I really don't want to just straight up lose to that Liliana. So I think it's going to give him too much advantage if he's able to play that and get value out of it right away. So we're going to fetch... a Temple Garden, and then we'll have all our manas online. And then we'll just run out the Ooze. And go from there. So Sorin, for me, is a pretty good draw. Hand was definitely a little threat light, so I like seeing that. And presumably he's going to run out a Dark Confidant here, which is obviously going to die. And he just plays a Scavenging Ooze, so... I'm going to decay that. And unfortunately don't have another green to eat his Ooze. But it's okay. It's okay. We're on the offensive here. We're looking pretty good. Just a matter of what he's able to draw. And his Stirring Wildwood is pretty good. So he has Path Batterskull that I know of. And yep, I'm just going to kill this. Eat his Robert. And then we have Path open. In case some crazy shenanigans happen. And he's just going to path my Ooze right now. So we're going to fetch up another green. Could also get another black, but I would rather have an extra green source, I think. And he has a Tarmogoyf. Okay. So now we get to snipe his Batterskull and path his Goyf. So maybe I should have just pathed his Goyf end of his turn, but... Is it Batterskull in a swamp? That Wildwood is going to be kind of a problem, though, too. It's going to be kind of hard to protect our Sorin, actually. So 6/7 Tarmogoyf, but obviously not going to last for long. And it looks like him having the man land might be a deciding factor here. If I draw another removal spell, that'd be great. Or just any sort of threat, really. Draw a Marsh Flats. So not really what I want. Lingering Souls would have been fantastic also. So I can play Sorin and make a Vampire. I don't want to just like lose my Sorin though. If he has a removal spell. So I think I'm just going to wait until I have a removal spell or a blocker. And he has what, a Liliana? What is he doing? Activating for funsies? So now I'm definitely in trouble. I guess the Tectonic Edge would have been good too. Okay, so we have Liliana, and that's actually really good because he animated his thing. So now he can't sack it to my Liliana. So I get to kill his Rhino. Excuse me. And then he's probably going to have to eat Liliana here. So then we get a little buffer. Okay. And we have our own Wildwood. So now I'm going to play Sorin and make a Vampire. Oh, he played a Treetop. I didn't even notice that. That's really awkward. Alright, so both things are coming at Sorin. Obviously, I'm fine with that. And we have a Tarmogoyf. So he does not have lethal if he kills our Goyf. So I think I'm pretty safe to just attack here. And it looks like my Planeswalkers have done their job of keeping his manlands off me for long enough. They soaked up enough damage that it gave me time to draw into something. So now we're actually looking okay. But these matchups are really volatile. Just like basically matters whoever draws the best. And at first I thought it was him, like he was drawing pretty well, but now it's me probably. So now I get to activate all my things, send them all in, and path his Wildwood. And we do this before blocks because I don't want him to just be able to block my Wildwood and then kill my Goyf. So now I put him in a spot where he also has to animate Treetop. If he doesn't have... he does have a Decay. Okay, so now he doesn't have to animate Treetop, but he definitely takes 5 damage, goes down to 1 life. And we have 2 lethal threats, and Treetop can't do anything except for chump block. So I definitely peeled really well there. And yeah, that's it. Cool. So we win game 1. And I guess me playing Sorin actually ended up working out well, despite him having the Treetop. But so for this matchup, I like the 4th Souls, the Sorin. Presumably he has Souls also, so the Persecution comes in. And then I like Pulse for killing Rhino and Souls, which is kind of awkward because I have the same stuff. But generally you can set it up in such a way where it is advantageous for you. So I like Thoughtseize because it hits Batterskull and Siege Rhino. I like Thoughtseize rather in some amount. I'm not sure how much. I think Fulminators are pretty good at killing manlands and potentially color screwing him too. And then it's just a matter of whether or not, like, how much discard I want, or how many slaughter packs I want. So I'm not used to having enough things to bring in so that I can cut all the discard. But maybe that's what it's going to come down to here. If I have to keep in some discard, I definitely want it to be Thoughtseize. I really like Slaughter Pact in the Manlands versus Planeswalker battle also, so I kind of want that. And now it appears that I have an extra card, so I think Fulminator is the worst one. So this looks pretty good to me. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have like 12-ish removal spells plus Liliana. So yeah, this looks good. Interesting to see Kenji with like the other side of the spectrum where, you know, he's playing the Dark Confidants and the Batterskulls, and those are generally cards that I'm not a huge fan of. And our opener has like some of our worst cards. It has Sorin X2, which is a little on the slow end, and a Fulminator, which is probably the worst card in our deck. So Sorin really wants Lingering Souls to be good. Or removal, but we don't actually have either of those. So now if he plays a Bob, yeah, he might just be able to run away with it. So that's unfortunate. Just gets to play a Confidant uncontested here. I think I'm just going to play out a Tarmogoyf. Feels better to me than a Scavenging Ooze, even though it's currently a 0-1. And he reveals his own Tarmogoyf. And gets to attack me. And he plays it out, but he doesn't have a land. So now I could do some stuff like Fulminator his Overgrown Tomb and just try and mana screw him. I might actually do that. I might go like Fulminator your Overgrown Tomb, Slaughter Pact your Goyf, and attack you. So then my Goyf is a 3-4, and then he's kind of on the back foot. And I'm going to fetch here so that the Goyf is a little bit bigger. I don't really need double white for anything, so I can just get a basic swamp. Oh, I guess the Fulminator's going to put a land in the yard anyway, so that didn't actually matter. I'm kind of stupid. So maybe I should have saved the fetch for next turn, because I could actually fetch a duel with it if I didn't draw a 1-drop. So he reveals a Siege Rhino and draws a land. So might just get to kill my Goyf here, and then that'd be pretty bad for me. But he's down to 6 life with a Dark Confidant in play, and he plays another Tarmogoyf. So arguably better than outright killing my Goyf. So I have to pay for this pact here. Draw another Twilight Mire. Things are still looking okay because he could just die to his Bob. He hits a Marsh Flats, so that ain't bad. It is not bad. So now he's close to Rhinoing and then having that life buffer, and now he might Liliana me. That'd be pretty bad. So my Mana Screw plan is not working out too well. Although I'm not sure I would have been able to win either way. But okay, he's going to Thoughtseize me instead, so I'm definitely fine seeing that. And then if he has an Abrupt Decay after this, that'd be pretty bad for me. But nothing. Maybe I should have played the Twilight Mire last turn, because then I'd be able to ooze a bunch. I don't really want to attack because then he can just chump with his Confidant, and I definitely don't want that to happen. So I'm just gonna play Sorin and make a Vampire, and hopefully that's enough of a clock that I can finish him off. And then maybe he has to, like, Decay or Path. Yeah, his own Confidant. So now he's in Rhino Town. But I think that's okay. I can basically make our Goyfs trade next turn by +1ing Sorin. And then I'll have a pretty big Scavenging Ooze. And he'll go back down to 3 life from my Vampire. And I'll probably gain a bunch of life off this lifelink. So we'll see what happens. He's definitely got a bunch of cards. Wouldn't surprise me if he's just sitting on a bunch of Rhinos. And then if I draw a removal spell, actually, I could blow him out pretty hard. But he's just going to make this the safer play and presumably play double removal spell here. Although, I guess it's possible he just doesn't have a removal spell. And is going to 1? Yeah. So I get to play my own Wildwood and a Scavenging Ooze. So now he gets to Rhino up to 4. Oh, Lingering Souls. Okay. I have a few outs to that. That's one of them. I think we should be good to go here. Black, green, black, green. Bang. Definitely some fortunate draws on my end. And yeah, that's it. So we win round one. Cool.